find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. First down, they'll start out with Evans. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Vikings, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
From the 27, Fields. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run the counter with Cook. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Here's Cook again. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, certainly.
There he goes, right side. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. What an excellent run, and from the beginning, the defense just looked a little fooled, a little out of position.
A little bit frozen, too, because when you hand the ball inside, you lose sight of it oftentimes as a defender, and your eyes naturally gravitate to the quarterback. And before they realized it, he was off and running through the thick of the line while the quarterback faked it and carried it outside.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. The Vikings are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll run on first down with Evans. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. The slot man in motion right. Evans gets it again on 2nd down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. Rush coming, and he's taken down. James Lynch with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, still in the first half here, a long way to go. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Cousins to throw it. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings have moved out in front. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Pettis now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Evans gets it again on second down. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
In motion, the tight end. Throwing on third down, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles. And that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it down.
And I think the ball's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
Cousins gives way to Cook. Down to about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings! Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Pettis now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. To throw on 2nd and 6. Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Lewis Seen. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Joseph connects on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Pettis now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Zadarius Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to Fields hit, and the ball is loose. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Call it an even 20 yards on the pickup. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. For a running back, that's kind of depressing, right? You get all that yardage, but still no 1st down.
Well, it was a mile, maybe a mile and a half to the 1st down mark.
Yeah.
So he did all he could to get there. A little disappointing at the end, but boy, they gave it a great effort, didn't they? Gotta give him a little respect for that, don't you?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Now it's Fields. Looking downfield for Jones. Touchdown! Velus Jones, 47 yards. And the Bears get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
35, Bears 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Dancing to his left. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Cousins. Forced out to his left. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Again, it's Cousins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. What a great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are able to add on to their first half lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Pettis now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Nwangu now from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Cook. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
To throw is Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he'll go down to number for getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Cousins now. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run with Cook. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Dalvin Cook so good in the open field, but he's equally good down here near the goal line. He can find those seams and just push his way through. So he might get another chance or two to punch this one in.
3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Pettis now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll begin on now. Evans hit, and the ball pops free. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Joseph now to have the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in the second half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pettis now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But
and now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Chicago. Treston Ebner with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Santos with the extra point. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Nuwanger now from his end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And the third interception thrown by Cousins. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play. Get the
touchdown, Bears! Velus Jones, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bears take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Nuwanger now from his end zone.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on second down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run it again with Cook. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Here's Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Cousins now from the 50. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Here's Fields.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So a holding penalty, and that'll send them backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 46. They start the drive with Cook.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and when the offensive line has executed well today, to try and get him over 100 yards.
On 2nd down, this is Madison.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jalen Johnson.
And the Bears will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. Looking downfield for Jones. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Lewis C. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. you're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide, usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. 2nd down, they go right back to Cook.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
That's to Cook out of the backfield. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson, 49 yards.
And the Vikings add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away.
Pettis now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 18.
They'll begin on the ground with Evans.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Again, a run with Evans.
And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Off-play action, Fields.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here comes the Bears punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is caught. Oh, a solid stiff arm and some open field. Oh, again.
And he steps out of bounds all the way up at the midfield stripe.
A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Looking in zone for Jones. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Nuwanger now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their
touchdown in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Joseph on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Pettis now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Lewis Seen.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Ebner going to elect to bring this out of the end zone here. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. Fields on first down. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
To throw is Fields.
And that will be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we're talking about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Flushed out right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on the last two drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue